Hello and good morning everybody to yet another music production live stream. I am Felix Rösch, Berlin-based composer, mining the edges of electronic, ambient and classical music. That is what I do for a living for more than 10 years now. Today is the 10th of June, Thursday. And we are basically going to work on the new EP. If you're new here to this channel, we're basically a very small and beautiful community of music makers here from all over the world, sharing our stories, always learning new stuff together while I'm live streaming all my music making sessions. I do that whenever I sit down to make music. So right now, that's about every day. So every day in the morning, 10 a.m. I start to stream, usually for 2 to 3 hours, and then after that I have to do some other stuff. Which is also related to making music, but not actually making music. But yeah, that's the fate of the freelancer. Today we're going to be working on this said new EP. So yesterday we kind of got one of our piano pieces to a place where it was okay. I think it was okay. It wasn't that like. But it's at a status quo that is, we'll just leave there for now and move on to the next thing, to just go back to it with a pair of fresh ears in like a week or so, and then maybe a little bit more than a week, and then revisit the ideas and see. See if it worked or not. Today we are going to the moon. No. Today we're going to. I have no idea what we're going to do today. Let's see. What can we do? So we have this little handy to-do thing here. So we have several tracks ready for that EP. Not ready, but we have several track ideas which are fairly developed. So we have this Vienna track, which we still have to work on a little bit before we actually record that with musicians again, because we already recorded that here in this room. Then Lullaby. Yeah, we have to finish that composition. Right now it's just a piano thing, and I would like to have that played by strings as well. So we would have to arrange that, finish the composition, and then eventually obviously record that. So we have string loop 1, 2, 3. Well, okay, we can look at these. I guess these will be very small pieces. We looked at these in a couple of live streams, I guess like 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago. They are okay. I think these could be like little. I think these will be lots of little miniatures, just 1 to 2 minute tracks, which is fine. I think it's I would rather have a lot of very small and very short tracks than just one very big track which is kind of mediocre. Then we have string quartet. We could. For those of you who don't know, I wrote a string quartet quite a while ago, and it never really finished it. And I would love to take one movement out of that string quartet and record that as well, because I like the thing. Little Insects and an Old Bee. I love this track. I think we're going to work on this today, and then see where that takes us. Then we have. The other piano improvisations. 3 piano improvisations is a little bit, we listened back to these improvisations yesterday, and I wasn't that convinced about most of the ideas. I think there's at least one more idea there which is okay, and one more which is maybe also okay. It's actually correct. One of these improvisations is now the Traveler track, which we worked on yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before. So I guess we still have 2 piano improvisations we could try to build into full-fledged songs. I have my windows open right now. That's why you can hear that beautiful machine outside and the birds chirping. So yeah, that's the the beauty of the home studio with no AC. All right. So I think today I would love to have a look at this little insects and an old B track, because as far as I remember, the next thing I wanted to do here was invite two musicians, clarinetist and a flutist, to work on this, and I think that was our state we left that track in, and then never really picked up on that. All right, so let's do that. Let's open the track. Where is it though? New EP workshop. I guess it was. It's probably that here, right? Is it? Not sure. All right. Yeah. Let's listen to that. All right. Man, this machine outside is really annoying, but it's going to be gone pretty soon. No worries. Well, that's one thing I loved about my old setup. I could just mute that microphone here and we could just listen to the music here. But right now I could do that as well, but I would have to. I mean, that's nice. Yeah. Okay, but I feel like this is older. Hey, Neoflash. Neoflash writes, "Hi Felix, sounds nice. Thank you. Neoflash, haven't you been here sometime? I kind of remember your name. Or is it your first time here?" Yeah, I like this track too. But I remember that we had this. As far as I remember, we have this background thing. We even notated this, so I think. But then we were at some point at a point where this was much more free flowing, like leaves were just blowing around, and was just. Right now you have this clear pulse, and this clear 16th pulse. But hey, Neoflash, how are you? How's your day? How are you doing? Neoflash says, "I was in a stream, I think some month ago." Yeah, I think I remember. Hey, it's nice of you to show up again. So, what has happened to you? How was life in the last couple of months? think. Yeah, this year. And I mean, this could also be some kind of intro, right? So we just have these pentatonic with, and I would love to have a clarinet and a flute join here. And then these are strings, or maybe. Yeah, I mean, I like this. The question is, can we jump from here to can this swirling pattern at some point try to form, you know, this the 16th beat? So maybe it morphs into that, and then at some point we have this where the root note is in the bass. Yeah, I like this. I like this. You see, that's one of the advantages of just working on a track, just letting it lie there for 2 weeks and then come back to the track and kind of rediscovering it and really listening with new pair of ears, and really with a clearer view, seeing what was good about it and what was not, and where this track could go. I mean, sometimes it hurts because you want to keep on working on this, and I wanted to keep on working on the other track right now. But just, you know, this is again so much affirmation that this is the right path to say, okay, if I'm not 100% sure of what to do with the track, or at least 80% sure, I will just leave it there, go to another track, work on that for, I don't know, a couple of days, go to another track, and then come back to this here. And right now, you know, I'm much more convinced that this is actually a good track. And Neoflash says, I have so much to do with university right now, so not really time for music stuff. Oh well. But I listen to your music very often for focusing. Thank you, Neoflash. That's great to hear. Yeah, I mean, you can also, you know, that's something I did for years. I was just passively watching other people make music and learning about different techniques, and then yeah, like that. That's good. And this builds. It's basically just and then coming back to my thought, and it's a little bit like the sedimentary layers of underneath the ground, where you have things slowly dripping to the bottom, and at some point, you know, lots of stuff you forget about that, but some things really remain, and you know, just feeding this organism that you can then use when you have time to make music, to use all these techniques you remembered or learned about and combine in different ways maybe. That is also a way of making music. And I think the most important thing, one of the most important things probably, is actually listening to music and developing a taste and knowledge of why something sounds good, why you like something, why you don't like something. And that's honestly like 50-60% of the whole job. And that's again something you can train, and you should train, which has nothing to do with making music, like directly, right? So listening to music, developing your taste, developing an idea of why you like certain things, and then obviously diving deeper into it is seriously, it's probably the most important part of this whole job. So, but yeah, in the end, obviously, if you want to make music at some point, you will have to sit down and make music.
I think there's a point where we could vary this a little bit.
Okay. funny listening to me talking. Hey, by the way, what are you studying, NeoFlash? All right.
Yeah, there was some moment where we could just go.
Okay, I have no idea what I'm talking about there. All right, but I think as a general, hey, Mr. Nanaos is here as well. Writes, hi Felix, sorry I am quite busy these days. I cannot attend all your streams that are very useful. But I watch them recorded when I have time. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Nanaos, seriously, there's no need to say sorry about any of that. I'm just really grateful for you to write stuff like that, for you to show up, for you to watch these things, and if it's just 1 minute, that's great. Seriously, I'm really just grateful for you to be here. You don't even have to write anything. I mean, I see that there are like 20 people watching or having watched this, like the last live stream, and that's just the idea that there is someone like taking part and in this process, and I'm not alone here. But I am kind of alone here right now, but not really. That helps a lot. So thank you, Mr. Nanaus. NeoFlash computer science in Berlin. Oh, interesting. I was in Berlin. Hey, so we're in the same city. Which part? I'm here in Moabit 21. Best part. Yeah, it's a good part though. Like, it's a good place. Rents are okay. Lots of playgrounds. So if you have children, it's a good part. Especially the place where I live here. It's a very good street. I like it a lot. I never want to leave. Well, maybe, but not right now. It's funny because I also actually I'm still studying computer science as well, but I never took any course. But just with the Fernuni, like it's a remote university which I enrolled in years ago when I had another one of my existential crises, thinking, no, I can't do this anymore. I need to do something real with my life, and yeah, because you basically don't pay any fee, or just a very low fee for being enrolled in this university, which is not a bad university. It's okay. I know lots of people who got their degree from that university, which is okay. But yeah, I never took any course because I always kept on making music. So yeah, I have lots of books. I bought lots of books about C++ and about all this. Yeah, but never read it, never read any of them, never read any courses, and just kept on making music and making a living making music. So yeah, it kind of worked out, weirdly enough. Mr. Nana says, I understand, I'm doing for my pleasure and I enjoy watching them. Taking part in this process is exactly what I like. Yeah, and I feel like it's, for me as well, it's I feel like I'm not doing this alone. It's people come here and just, it motivates me to keep on going. Honestly, it's really. Oh. That's also not bad. Well, I like this track. Hey, and by the way, if any of you have some tracks on Spotify, I am building this live stream crew playlist. So and that's basically a playlist with tracks from people who are regularly joining these live streams. So yeah, if you have any track, now we have Brandit here, who is Losing My Mind. Some of you might know him, and Freya Ade, and she's a great composer. I actually studied with her in Potsdam. Yeah. So if you have any tracks, just let me know. Send them over. You can maybe post it. I think you can't post it in chat, but if you find me on Instagram, just send me a DM, and I will add your track to that playlist. Which again help. All right. So sorry. My system OBS just frequently likes to crash. No idea why. But yeah. Mr. Nanas writes, this is funny, I am a programmer as well. Does computer science push people to making music? Actually, I think yes, it does. Because, you know, I come from a family where, like, literally everybody, my brother, my mother, my father, my uncle, my other uncle, like everybody is working in IT. So they either have consulting firms or are programmers or, you know, do marketing stuff in IT. So everybody's working in IT. And if I had not done anything with music, if I hadn't studied music, I would have studied computer science. And I think it's pretty similar because in both cases you need to be a little bit autistic. Not really, but just a healthy amount, you know, where you just sit down in front of a screen or in front of a piano or whatever and just try to solve this one problem all the time, the whole time. And it's not just, and it's both making music and writing computer code is kind of similar in that regard. You know, it's not like you have to talk to people a lot. I mean, you have to do some meetings, I guess, but you know, your main work is just solving problems, solving little small problems with, and yeah, it's pretty similar actually. And in a way, it is both things are creative processes because you know there's not just one way to solve a certain problem, right? So and everybody solves this problem in his or her own way. So and that's in part a creative process. So I think in both of these regards, making music and writing computer code is at least it's verwandt. What's verwandt? Verwandt in English. I have to look that up. It's related. Relationships. Yes. Yeah, but it's funny. Lots of people I know and lots of musicians I know as well have also started to study computer science or started to program or yeah, I feel it's just very related. Mr. Nanas writes, I agree with solving problems and reaching your goals. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with music, it's a little bit broader, right? You don't have, for example, here, it's not like I need to solve a problem per se. Like I want to have this or that output, and I need to see how I can get to that point. It's not like that. Like the Lösungsraum, the room of solutions. Like there's what's man, there are so many great words. Lösungsraum, English. Solution space. I'm pretty sure that's not but the amount of solutions you can find to solve a musical problem is just exponentially by several higher because there is not really something to solve. You know, it's just you can do whatever you want. You know, obviously there are things you like, but that's so incredibly subjective that. And even then, I'm not quite sure what I like. I'm not quite sure if I like that or not. So, yeah, it's not like you want to have, yeah. So, but quality, like quantity. There's the quality is kind of the same. That you're trying to solve a problem. Here, for example, I'm trying to solve the problem that I like this part. I like this part here as well. And I like this here as well. But you know, the way I got there in the first place was I was just sitting on the piano improvising and letting my hands do something with my subconsciousness and my and that's this process is so it's very so incredibly subjective that it's hard to say that. Yeah, and I feel on that basis it's hard to compare these two. But yeah, fuzzy results. Yeah, it's like me rambling on and trying to explain something without getting to a point. Yeah, I'm not a philosopher, people. I'm a musician. But I see that a lot, that people who make music are also. By the way, hey, I think Ruben, who's also he joins these live streams pretty regularly, is also a programmer. So, hey, and Lucy Waves as well. That's weird. Wait, everybody's a programmer. Great. That's weird. And I'm a musician and hobby programmer. So yeah, but I see that a lot. Yeah, I like this. All right. Yeah, and now it's about solving some problems, right? Now it's about how do we make a track out of that actually works, that has a beginning, an end, a middle part, some variation to it, and that's interesting to listen to. And I mean, again, interesting to listen to is not like there's this like fixed idea of what that means. That's again incredibly subjective, but it's more of a problem to solve. Mr. Nanas writes, yes, solving the problem to reach what I like that is not clear from the beginning. Yeah. Neo Flash writes, and really simple, I think you have a lot of time listening to music when programming. Oh, that is true. Oh yeah. Neo Flash says, and develop a musical mind, so to say. Yeah, exactly. I actually, way back when I had one of my, I need to do something else with my life, and started to learn about C++ and Python and write some little programs, really. Just I was listening a lot to music on Spotify and discovered lots of, actually while doing that I discovered an artist named Rival Consoles, and I was so intrigued by his music that I went back, bought a synthesizer, and started making music again. It's really weird. Because while programming, I discovered that musician, then did some research about the equipment he uses, and it was like the Rev 2, Dave Smith synthesizer. Then I found out, okay, that's the synthesizer Radiohead also uses live, and from that point on I caught on fire again and just bought this thing and started making music again, and here I am, like a couple of years later. Yeah, still making music. So Mr. Nanaus writes, sorry, I have to go. Hopefully join you tomorrow. Have a good day. Thank you, Mr. Nanaus. It's great that you're here. Great that you've been here. It was great to have you. Have a great day. See you soon. Neo Flash writes, I love Recovery by Rival Consoles. Yeah, man, there are lots of tracks I like by Rival Consoles. I mean, to be honest, I especially enjoy his older stuff. Like the newer tracks. Not sure. Yeah, Recovery is great. What I really, really love is this Untravel track from which album is it? I think it's from Night Melody. No, not from Night Melody. I think it's here from Persona. Untravel, this one. It's just, yeah, it's also the only track that got a heart from me on this album. And Night Melody is, I think, one of my favorites. I mean, Night Melody itself obviously is great, but yeah, all of these actually are pretty good. Yeah, the newer articulation, yeah, it's a little bit too techy, I think. You know, I felt that these here were like musically much more interesting, and these were articulation from a production standpoint. It's better, I think. It's more, you know, snappier and just yeah. But I just musically I like Night Melody and maybe here Recovery as well. I like that track a lot. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, but that's how like music. Listening to music while programming got me back into making music. So. Yeah, and also, like many people don't know this, I actually applied for like some tech support jobs and really wanted to like get out of this. Yeah, but then I listened to that music again and it just made sense. But that's you know that's the reality of being an independent artist, composer, self-employed. There's just a huge amount of life risk, like risk in your life you're willing to take if you're doing this. And yeah, but luckily, at least in the last 10 years, it kind of worked out with little ups and downs, obviously. But let's see. I have no idea what I will be doing in 2 years. Could be that I'm selling Currywurst at the Potsdamer Platz. Could also be that I'm traveling the world as a... I mean, both cases are pretty much edge cases, right? It's more likely that it's somewhere, something in between. Alright, I like this here a lot. I think this... this can be our at least some kind of starting point. And I mean the idea was that this is played by a string quartet. Maybe not a quartet. I mean, this could be played by 2 players. And then we have this. But I guess we could combine these. I like this a lot here. Neoflash says, these birds captured by your mic add some nice atmosphere to this track. Yeah, I think so too. It's also, you know, that's one of the reasons why I don't mind all these little noises in the background. It can be like children playing on the street here, or like all sorts of noises, because it's kind of real, you know. It adds some kind of, I don't know, I like it. Again, and these are things like, it's just, if you like it, it's okay. You can use that. You know what? Let's just record. That's a good idea, Neoflash. Let's just record some Atmo here. Oops. All right, it's recording. Alright, that's enough. Yeah, and you know, while doing that, it's again, well, what is music, right? In a way, I think that was music as well. Like just listening to everything that's happening outside. I think as soon as you're sitting down and listening, I don't know. I don't know what music is, but I had this hunch that what we were just listening to was music as well. All right, so we have this Atmo here. Let's call this Atmo. Yeah, I think we'll use this actually. All right. Now this should be fairly doable to make a track out of this. The question is really, do we want to have this thing played by a piano or by a string ensemble? Hey, losing my mind. Yeah, losing my mind says, hey, what's happening? Today we're working on. I just kind of aborted working on that other track. We got it to a point where it was okay, I think, and we can listen to like 1 minute of it and just get a general idea of if this track is working or not, and what's working and what's not. And now we'll just leave that for a couple of weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, and then rejoin that later. And now we just went through to a project that's a little bit older. And by older, I mean a couple of weeks, which hopefully will also be part of that new EP. Yeah, and we're just listening to the parts and thinking about how we can make this into a bigger track. Yeah, I mean that's one thing, and it's we don't have too many elements here, so it should be doable in a way. We have this. Right, we have this. Then we have this idea to not play this in a fixed 16th pattern, but in more free form, like leaves blowing around. And then at some point, it just... And maybe we add a clarinet. I thought about adding a clarinet and a flute in there, but maybe... I don't know. And I think this is a good beginning. Like, this is a good intro. You have the pentatonic swirl there. Yeah, maybe not that, but. And at some point, this background will develop into this pattern. And then maybe even we have this, we get these clap, clap, clap. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to find something that combines, or that mixes well with this, or rather a way to combine these ideas. But I think it's pretty straightforward, is it? We have this background loop. We have this. We know that. I mean, this is nice. Hey, losing my mind. By the way, what's happening with your EP, with your single? How's it going? And here it's well, that's actually a good ending, like a good ending for that part. And here this thing is will just basically the same motive, and the bass just goes from the root note to always playing the fifth in the bass, to always going the root note 1 octave lower again, to now playing the fifth 1 octave and a fifth lower again. So that's basically a very straightforward process, and that's all we have in terms of developing this idea. Obviously, we could then just do down, bow, bow, down, bow, instead of doing this. That would be another variation. But then we have this part here, which is a little bit different. And I like that as well. So, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'm not sure if we need anything else. And obviously, I mean, I like Neo Flash just pointed out, this background noise here. It's also pretty nice. We could just use that. And I mean, the whole idea about this track is a moment when I my daughter and I were on the playground, and she discovered this bumblebee. It's just lying on the floor and couldn't really move, or could just crawl a little bit, and it was obviously dying, I think. And so some children were just kicking it, and it was just bad children. Children can be brutal. So we just took that bumblebee and put it in the somewhere in the plants nearby, and bushes. And yeah, that's what this is about, like an old bumblebee and some insects that were also running around. So I thought that's like a little nice moment, and these could be like some insects. Here these, and then this is the bumblebee just crawling a little bit. I don't know. It's a little pretty sentimental, I would say in German, or cheesy. But I don't mind. I don't mind writing music that is sentimental. That's okay. then obviously this just keeps on going. And can slowly fade out. Like, and then all that's left is this. And we have some, and it like feathers out over this pentatonic thing again. So I think that's good. That's a plan. That's another 3 minute track, I think. So let's plan this out. I think before we dive into any instrumentation, because again, that's, you know, when we stopped working on this, I was already thinking about, okay, which instruments will play this first part and which we should record that. We should schedule a recording session right now, and that's just, you know, way too much into all the details before finishing that track. So again, that's another argument that it was a good idea to just leave this there for now and just move on. Because now we can just look at it from a higher level and just say, okay, what needs to happen next is we need to have some kind of form. So I'll just arrange this. Like loosely right now. Loosey. Let's take this. Alright. So I'll just do that. I'll take these here. Okay. And at some point we will just fade these. You know, this is really not how it should be done. It's really just a very rough sketching out of how this could maybe work. All right. So let's just take these here and consolidate them, because then we can make this. We can have this beautiful weak fade in. It's really just really rough and dirty. So sorry about that. Wrong key. Wrong key on the keyboard. All right. Okay. Yeah, we can do this, but like, sorry. We can do this way better. Like this progress from just going from this pentatonic chaos to this 16th quantized. Yeah, and this obviously is also. And I think this is too long. It's too long. Alright, yeah, this part here is way too long, I think. We can get rid of that. Yeah, I think more like that. So that is like 1 minute, 2 minutes. Alright, let's delete the time here. Yeah, so I think this will be like maybe 2.5 minutes. And maybe add some of that ambience we just recorded. And something needs to happen here. Yeah, and then it gets too long. I think at least here we should have, like, the track should end here at some point at this, like 130, 140. So we should, I think, shrink this down here as well. This part as well needs to be shorter, and I think this part as well needs to be shorter, like 20 seconds or something. And then we have this and just the end part, something like that. Yeah, and this here fades out again, so let's consolidate that, and we end with this pentatonic swirling mess, and the Atmo, of course. Yeah, I think. By the way, I never did it that way, like that. I just did such a rough sketch of a track, but I think it's actually a good way to do it. All right, and then we have like 240. That's a good track length. I like that. You know, and there are many tracks I come across where I think, or many pieces where I come across and think, oh, that's beautiful. And then after 1 minute, I still think, wow, that's beautiful. And now it needs to do something else at some point. And then after 3 minutes, it's still like the same thing. And I'm, you know, at that point, maybe it's my social media attention span that helps there. But I feel like more often than not, pieces are too long. At least the ones I hear, especially in this ambient piano electronics realm. I think it's better to just get your point across in 2 minutes than just dragging something out like for 5 more minutes when the material just doesn't provide that. I think it's just better to have a track that's a little bit too short, because then you're inclined to listen again. You know, just be concise. Like the opposite of what I'm doing here. Talking. Yeah, I like this. I'm not sure about these clap snaps. Boom, 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 boom. Wait, not that. Here. Right, and we'll just do something like that. It's pretty bad. It's really just to... Neoflash says, I could imagine something polyrhythmic too. Yes, that's a good idea, actually. I mean, these offbeats. I mean, there's actually a lot of potential for that, actually, Neo Flash, because it's not like there's a very clear meter here, right? 2, 3, 4. Well, there it is. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So something polyrhythmic. Yeah, I'm thinking that's maybe a good idea to, in like we did here in the beginning, to have some small, or some. Two against three is always a good one. I like that, actually. I like that. Let's record it. This is the face I'm making when I'm trying to concentrate. Yeah, we could do some 2 against 3. Maciej Sadowski writes, "Hey Felix, how are you? I'm okay. I think. I would love to get more work on Fiverr and sound better. And I'm optimizing that. Yeah, and I think I'm doing okay. I like this track here, actually. It's fun to work on this. But I feel like maybe releasing this EP this year is maybe not. Maybe that's too little time. Yeah, that's something I'm not sure about it, but maybe we'll do it. Oh man, Neo Flash, that was a pretty good idea. I like that. And you know this. You know, sometimes they're just big cars. It's just too warm here, and I don't have an AC. Also because I don't want to have an AC, honestly. I really don't. Yeah, that's why I have to have the window open. I would love to have a studio space here in Berlin. Because right now, this is one of the rooms in our flat, which is a beautiful room, and it's a beautiful way to, just get up in the morning, have breakfast, bring a child to the kindergarten, and then start working here. What would be even better is if I had like a studio right next door, like a great studio space, which is like acoustically treated, and to just work there. But yeah, I can't afford that here in Berlin. So maybe at some point I can, but at least not right now. Well, I played this here like crap, but I like it. I like this actually, especially when this comes in like some sample, like it's some Olaf Arnold's track where he just has this gramophone and just. No. But I like this a lot. Yeah, I mean, this also plays into this narrative of we have all these little insects crawling around. We can have several of these polyrhythms, right? And then also dum 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 bum bum then we can dum bum 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 we can just shift the Betonung, like where the beats are. Let's do this. Majay, how are you? How are you doing? How's the album coming along? Stuff like that here. So I mean, not literally this. This will be played by something, not my hands, probably. Maybe, but probably not. Something else, maybe by a clarinet. So Neo Flash writes, thanks. Yeah, I'm searching as well, but there is no space in Berlin. Yeah. I mean, you have to go pretty far outside to find something remotely that's usable, or and still at least within my budget. So yeah, it's and I don't want to be traveling like 1.5 hours to that studio space and 1.5 hours back. That just doesn't work for me. So yeah, as long as that's the case, I will be working here in my home studio, which is, I mean, this space is really beautiful. I like it here. Majay writes, cool, I'm trying to get some media patronage today. What's media patronage? Like a blog saying, oh great, we'll publish this, or we'll write about that, or we'll premiere the video, or stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty bad right now, right? This is really just a placeholder. This whole thing is really just a placeholder right now for the track. I mean, the dangerous thing with this is that you might underestimate or undervalue certain parts, because they are not as, as sophisticated as they would be if you had spent hours and hours working these parts out. But I think, we can just switch up workflow every now and then. And right now we're just taking this very top-down approach, which is okay as well. Ajay says, yes, blogs, radio stations, magazines that will publish some reviews. Oh, interesting. And what role? I mean, you have a you're working with a publisher, are you? Or wasn't that a publisher? It wasn't a label. Wouldn't they be doing that? Oh man, okay. You have a label now. Oh, that's great. Marjay says, yes, I have a label now. Oh yeah, that's good. I mean, sometimes I would also like to have a label. On the other hand, I also enjoy getting these sweet royalties all for myself. Marjay says, Rhodium Publishing. It's the label. Yeah, I think you showed me at some point. Oh, by the way, what type of what type of contract do you have with them? So do you how much of your royalties do they get, and stuff like that? You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. I'm just really interested in knowing. Marjay says it's a really good contract. Okay. I mean, for me, the big question was also with the last EP. I was thinking about, well, maybe I send this to a couple of labels with all this stuff I'm planning on doing. But then I thought, okay. Marjay says you can call me after the stream so I can tell you everything. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Like, I'll call you on Instagram. We could do that, if you like. Yeah, because, I mean, one thing I would also be interested in is to know, I mean, from a very obvious standpoint is, what do you have to gain from working with a label, and what do you have to lose? Like, and from my very, very broad, very uninformed perspective, it's you have to lose some of the direct gains you would have from streaming royalties, and for me it would mostly be streaming royalties. But you would gain publishing, like stuff they could, and their contacts into the music business and to the blog world. And the question for me then always is that worth it? Like, you know, if this, and in the end I want to be able to make a living doing this here, which is, you know, I'm far from it right now, at least. But will that get me closer to this goal? And I mean, this is obviously not a generic answer you can give there. It's pretty complex, I guess. But and at least right now, I've never really felt that, like, this clear. Okay, this makes sense to work with a label here, because, you know, and obviously a label can also you know, finance your work. Like, for example, with this EP, I'm planning on spending like 3,000 to 4,000 or 5,000 euros on building this whole thing until it's finished with everything included, like social media ads and recording sessions and studio rent and all that. And obviously a label can help you with that. Like, they can say, okay, we'll just borrow you this certain amount, or we'll give you that amount, but in turn we'll get some rights connected to that music. So I don't know. At least right now, it didn't make enough sense that I would be actively going after that. But yeah. Marjay says, cool. I guess that's referring to I will call you after the stream. Yeah, I'll just do that. Marjay says, it's my first try with my own project and label, so it is also an experiment to me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like with most people that is the case, which is good, you know. It's really just what I feel is takes up lots of my time is this whole marketing process, this structuring, this shooting videos and looking where to promote it, how to promote it, and yeah, that's what I do most of the time. Like, and there's a reason why these streams are just 2 or 3 hours long, and that's because that's actually the time I put I put into the creative process itself. The rest is really just accounting, marketing, and that's like, and doing some research, Recherche, I would say in German. Like looking into different stuff I could use for my releases. All right, enough talking. All right, so I think the overall form, maybe this can be even a little bit longer. Now I think after like and a little bit earlier. Yeah, it should be a little bit quicker, just like that. And again, this is really just a very rough sketch here. It's not how it's supposed to be in the end. I'm just trying to find some timing that might work. So yeah, after like 24 seconds, that's good. And I'm slowly falling in love with the idea of you having a piano play this, because I always thought this should be played by strings. Bring in some. Maybe not here. Here, that's the 5th in the bass. Okay, let's record these polyrhythms here again. Wait, again. Yeah, maybe the last one was a little bit too much. I feel like right. Yeah, well, maybe this is an element. I like that. I kind of like that. I still do. Again, thank you. Thank you, Neo Flash, for that idea. Yeah. Okay, then we have another motive here. Basically the same key, feels like the same idea. We need something to differentiate that from the rest. Yeah, this goes a little bit fast here. And this can fade out a little bit longer. Yeah, and this thing here can also... Alright, let's consolidate this. Oh, we can just fade it out like that. New Flash is saying, I'm trying to think of how to evolve this piece driven by the story. Yeah, well, I just thought about maybe it is just this 2.5 minute piece, just like this little moment, and it doesn't have to be more than that, maybe. New Flash writes, after a time you helped the bee. Yeah, we kind of I had a you probably speak German as well, so I'm just going to switch to German real quick. Habe einfach ein Blatt genommen, die Biene da drauf getan, das Biene mit dem Blatt dann ins Gebüsch getan. Das haben wir zusammen gemacht. Da haben die dann ins Gebüsch gesetzt und da ist sie dann auf dem Blatt ein bisschen geblieben und noch so ein bisschen sich bewegt. So I just told the story about the bee and my daughter and how we kind of saved the bee, which was dying, I think, anyway. But yeah, we kind of put it there into the to the trees. So yeah, yeah. But I feel like we don't necessarily have to build this into. I mean, if we wanted to extend this. I think this idea, like with this intro part, with this here where we add maybe some strings doing something here, and just have this part be a little bit more different from the rest that's happening before and after. We have enough to sustain a track that goes on for 2 minutes. I think that would work. Like 2.5 minutes. It's not a bad track length. It's okay. Neoflash says, okay, yeah, but on the other hand, I mean, I think if we wanted to really extend this, we would have to have something really different here, like some noticeably different B part, which is both different in the harmonic language and the character. So we could look for that for a bit. Skoto says, by the way, hello Skoto, hello back. Nice to see you again. Skoto says a B part. That's a good one. I like it. Thank you. Yeah, maybe we need a B part, like. Maybe it starts flying again, ascending into the air. No, we won't do that. We will definitely not do that. Scooter says, "There it is. Yeah, I could actually see it flying around again." No, sorry to disappoint you. Yeah, I mean, this is a very sentimental piece, and maybe we shouldn't drag it out for too long, right? Like one of the main critiques I got for my last EP was for my last album, the piano album, was that there were no like climax points where it just builds up and then is this huge wah thing that just the wave you that carries you to you know. But yeah, I feel like we could do that here. We could build that up. I mean, the easiest way to do it is to just have this one turnaround thing and then just add to it. Add another layer and another layer and another layer, and in the end it's... but yeah, I'm not sure if... yeah, maybe that's as far as we'll take the track today, and then we'll just revisit this in another week. Because right now all we did was taking the elements. I mean, we added some atmosphere here. Was Neoflash had the great idea to say, hey, that sound from outside is pretty nice with the... I mean, not pretty nice. It adds to the track, like the birds chirping and the children playing and all that stuff. So we actually recorded that this year. And this will be part of the track, I think. And he also had a great idea about adding some polyrhythms. So we have this 2 against 3, which will probably not be played by me tapping my desk here, but probably something else. Maybe also like some claps or snaps or something. Or some entirely different instruments, or maybe, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like this track definitely could use some more percussive elements. I think the EP or the album, whatever it will be, overall could use more of that. So maybe. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this here. And again, this is really a completely different approach we're taking here right now, because this is really top down. We're just building this piece out, like just, you know, what's this called? Like blocking it out or whatever. We're just building really rough elements, and we're going to refine these in the process. So, and this might take some time. And like everything takes some time. With the other, like with the last track we've been working on with is we did it the other way around. We just started from the beginning and then went just saw what would happen then. So I think this is just a very different approach here. And as far as I feel like this will be some 2.5 minute like a small miniature just dedicated to this one moment on the playground with my daughter. I think that's a nice thing, and I mean we don't have to blow this out of proportion. Then, you know, it's really just a beautiful thing, and a small beautiful thing. That's okay. Scooter writes, I can't feel where the pulse is, but the ambiguity is cool. And I don't know. IDK is I don't know, right? Yeah, I like it too. I mean, here in the beginning, it's 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. I mean, we have this pulse here. This da 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 da. It's a very clear 16th pulse, right? But what's absichtlich? Wait, absichtlich English. Intentionally, I intentionally made this loop or wrote this loop in a way that it's pretty unclear where the downbeats are. So you're kind of lost in this sea of like little insects running around, and you don't know where the downbeat is. Intentionally, exactly. Thank you, Skoto. But there is this pulse, and if you listen closely to this, it's a little bit delayed. There's lots of agogic going on, like lots of stretching the tempo and compressing it, or the meter, but there is, you know, I'm always delaying the downbeat here, but there is a meter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So basically, 6, 6, 6, 4. I would say, or 2, 2, 6, 8. I think it's a 6/4. I would think it's a 6/4 meter. But Scooter writes, it's the right hand that throws me off. Yeah, it's nice. I like it too. And I mean, my initial idea was to have this be played by a string ensemble like this. This thing. fifth in the bass. But I'm slowly falling in love with the idea of having this played by a piano. It sounds nice as well, right? And I mean, I like this piano sound a lot, so... What I could see, what I could see is just small accents with strings. Quite good. Like. Strings doing something like that, maybe. Although that's very close to one track by Olaf Arnolds, I think. Hey, and I think let's think of this like you know, like you're putting lots of stuff onto each other, like. Like you have some leaves, you have some ants and little bugs running around, and then you have some sand, and then you have some, just throwing all of that in there. And maybe, you know, maybe it's not that synchronized. Maybe it's a little bit more. Yeah, some ants, Skoto says, ants, couple of bees. Yeah, just, you know, sprinkle the bees on there and just some little ants, and, you know, then you add some leaves, have that cook for 20 minutes, and you have this beautiful piece. Now, I think I like the idea of just having these loosely connected elements that tie into each other in a way, and they are related in a way. But it's more of a freeform improvisation, not really, but, you know, something like that. And then, yeah, I can see that. And that is really just this free-form associative moment. I like this. I like this track. Okay. Now we could develop this in several ways. One of the more conservative ideas is to just take this main piano and double that with strings that basically play the same thing, which is pretty hard to do because the tempo, like the compress and expanding of the agogic of me playing that is pretty hard to double that exactly. Like I think we also notated this. Let me see. I think we did. Wait, where's the mouse? There. All right. Right, I'm just opening the project file. Okay. That's not the one. Yeah. Little insects and an old bee material. Ah, that's the material. We just want the real track. Alright, that's it. Yeah, right. I think oh, okay. I notated it in 4/4. That's interesting. Yeah, anyway. Pentatonic layer. Right. Yeah, we could just double We could just double this here with strings. But I feel like maybe we find something more interesting. Well, honestly, I like this beginning a lot. Scooter says, almost nailed the title. So close. Yeah. Yeah. Little insects and an old bee. Material. Let's play this here. Let's see what. Okay. Got it. What else do we have? Yeah, and this is like who's this song from? This is crazy, but here's my number. Call me maybe. You recognize this? I don't know why, but Miley, right, Miley Cyrus, exactly. And I don't know why, but I mean, I guess these chords are pretty similar, which is, we're fine on a copyright level, because we, like, even if these are the exact same chords, we can just copy chords, that's fine. And here at this point right now, it's not, you know, it would have to be some kind of opera for it to work. So, yeah, same key maybe too. Yeah, I would love to see that. Love to check that. I obviously am not allowed to do that on stream. So if any of you would like to check that song and the progression, but yeah, I don't mind, because the main melody is. Is completely different. It's really just the chord progression. Yeah, so I don't know why I didn't do this on purpose, I swear. I just while I was playing this, I had this hunch that there could be some connection to that track, and then I actually went through with this, because I kind of liked the idea of having this like a mirror reflection in the water of Miley Cyrus, but it's really just a distant memory of that track. So, and that's fine. I think I mean, I'm okay with that. Okay. Scoto did some research and writes. Okay, it's Carly Rae Jepsen. Not Miley Cyrus, but it's in G. Okay, I think then we're good. No, we would have been good anyway, even if it was in C. So, and I think. Oh wait, this thing is in G. I mean, we have one F sharp, and that's like if we're. But we're not really in G, right? I think we are in C. Mixolydian, C Mixolydian, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually. E minor, you say? Nah, but we never have an E minor chord there. I mean, on the downbeats and on the one of each phrase, we're ending on C major, like most of the time. I would argue it's a C mixolydian. I mean, yeah. I feel like it's more of a C mixolydian than G. Yeah, because you know the G, E minor. I'm really not sure about that. Why E minor? Now you have to explain, Scoto. Why E minor? Wait. Yeah. You. Wait. Wait, am I completely theory blind right now? Scooter says, I feel it as gravitating towards E minor. Just pause for a second and play E minor. That's E minor. Yeah, you could say so. Or you could also say it gravitates to G. Like, like that would be G. But then again, like G and E minor are basically verwandt, related. Like it's the parallel minor. Or wait. So then. Completely mess it up. Lydian, not mixolydian. It's Lydian, like with the erased fourth. Scoto says G probably makes more sense. Yeah, I mean both E. You're correct, Scoto. Both E and G would be like a target, and but I feel like it's more like it. The chord it returns to most of the time is the C major. So if you're thinking about C as the root, we have with the F sharp a raised fourth, and that would be Lydian. Anyway, enough of that. But yeah, Scoto says G probably makes more sense. I feel like you're correct. Both make sense. This could both go to E minor, and it could go just equally to G major. And I like the idea that it's hovering all the time. Like, yeah, maybe that's like that's like musically speaking, that's maybe the identity of this track, that it's never that's hovering all the time and never really arriving. Scooter says, I can't feel anything as Lydian unless there are like no other chords. yeah, you're right. I'm just trying to I feel like this C is such a strong anchor in this track, because the whole phrase always returns to that C. And because it has such an important position in this here as well, and again C, that if it's that important, I would rather call this C Lydian than G major or E minor. But yeah, I don't know. This is really nitpicking, right? Let's say all three options are on the table. Oh wait, let's see what this is. Yeah, then we would be in G. Maybe it's G. I don't know. Doesn't matter. it really does not matter in the end. I mean, it's a good tool to know. It's good to know. So when we're looking for some stuff, it's okay. Let's put it that way. It does matter. It does matter, and it helps because we can understand the music better, and that way we can choose the elements we're going to put into that better. But yeah, I feel like this here needs some upgrade. This part, there needs to be something different here. Because this going from this to this feels like going from this to a slightly altered version. Because this doesn't feel that different, right? This doesn't feel like a B part. Sorry. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like that. And it's I feel like in a way it's too similar to what has happened before to justify its place here. And then again, it's too different to be some kind of natural development of that. So it's in a weird middle spot that it's not really... Yeah. So maybe we'd have to alter this. Oh, sorry, instead of playing it like that. Instead of playing it like that, we'd have to maybe pick up on this. You know, maybe pick up on these triplets. That might be something. So maybe that might be a good idea. So let's write a comment here and say maybe pick up on triplets from before here. Right. Yeah, and then I think I'm not quite sure what should happen after that. You know, like... Although we would kind of give away these syncopations if we use the triplets. Or they would, at least they would not be as effective. Because if we do this... We would have to do it on the last triplet, right? And that would be... It would give away, so it would lose its impact. Like, then again, that's maybe not that bad. Yeah, I'm not sure. We need some kind of next level thing here to keep this going, really. Otherwise, I think we'll have to cut the track down to like 1 minute 30, and I think that would not be doing it justice. I think this should be going on for at least 2 minutes. Okay, but I think I will leave the track like that here for now. So next time we'll open this up. We have this here, and we can just listen back to this and then think, well, that's crap. Let's do something completely different. Or most likely we'll think, that's not too bad. Let's build on this. Or let's sketch this out. All right, maybe we'll continue doing that today as well. But right now I feel like we have like a high level idea of how this track will be structured, and that's good. Like, we didn't have that before. We just had several parts, and that's already an achievement. A quite important one, I think.
It doesn't feel like much, but I think it is a lot. All right. So find musicians. Yeah, write down melody plus accompaniment. Yeah, that's still from a moment when I thought we had this track down and we would just go from part to part to part. But I think with this one, I would like to just choose a top-down approach and build out each part on its own. I will need to fill this bottle of water up with water, so I'll be right back. Wait. I'll be right back. All right. Thank you for waiting, everybody. Neoflash says, see ya. Yeah, thank you. And asks, hey Skodo, do you have some music to listen to? Yeah, Skodo, if you do, you know what to do. And Skodo answers, I do not, but well, well, thanks for asking. Watching Felix's channel definitely increases the odds that I will have something to share dabbling again lately. That's good. I mean,
seriously, you don't underestimate the impact that has. It really makes me happy to see that, first of all, there are two people from like both sides of the Atlantic talking to each other on my live stream. It's crazy. And second, that I'm actually motivating people to make music. It's beautiful. You know, and again, if Escoto or anybody watching this, if you're like a regular viewer, show up here on this channel and would like to you know, share some of your tracks, I would love to put them here on this playlist. Yeah, and then see this playlist grow, you know, and so we get an idea of what kind of music we're making, and it can be everything, right? You can make some heavy metal, death metal stuff. I will put it on there because all music is beautiful. And now cut and listening to some Bavarian folk music, which is still, I mean, Bavarian folk music. It can be nice, but there's stuff like there is horrible music. Although is there? I don't know. Can music be horrible? I don't know. Yeah, maybe some like Nazi punk stuff. I would say that's horrible music. That's like my one main go-to horrible music example. But yeah. Neoflash says, yeah, for sure. Yeah, please do. Seriously, I would love to listen to your people's music. All right. Well, I like this when this, you know, when this melody goes, or when the bass here goes one. Whoops, that's reverb. Now it's already the fifth in the bass. I love it. Each time it goes one step down. Yeah. And I think that's an idea we have to, like, this works. Like the first minute or so of the track will this is really just detail polishing stuff, and this will be good. And then at this point, yeah, see, this is like the major problem zone of this track right now. Like from 1 minute to 1 minute 50, 1 minute to 2 minutes, including this. And we have to have some better transition, or maybe do something here. But yeah, okay. We can either do that now, or we can do something else and just escape. Because that would be hard to do. Okay, what do we have to do with this for this track? We have to find musicians if we want to record that with other musicians, and I would like to do that, honestly. So write down the melody and accompaniment. If we don't necessarily have to write down the accompaniment, but just prepare the sheet music, and that can also be just one melody, and we don't even have to prepare anything if they are just improvising some pentatonic stuff that we can. And that's again something I would love to do, you know, just have them play something like and improvise these with pentatonics, and then we have all these small snippets we can put all over this place. Obviously intonation will be a little bit of a problem, but yeah, I think we can fix that by having good playback on the headphones. And every time I did that, actually there's a track. Wait, I have to show you that. And this track is completely improvised, actually. Wait, where is it? And where I did this exact thing, where I just had the musicians improvise with like pentatonic stuff, and then have them play any type of melody they would like. This here.
Yeah, but as you might tell, it's pretty all over the place. And this was completely free form. So they just had like one tone row, which was roughly pentatonic, or was it? This whole piece results was based on this. Wait. Yeah, it's based on this row of tones, and then we just recorded bits and pieces here, lots of snippets of these improvisations, and then I later just put all of these together in places I like them to be in. All right. Yeah, and it turned out quite nicely, I think. And this was really a lot more freeform than what I'm planning with this here. So right now I'm just planning to have this thing be somewhat... Okay, the door is opening here, but I don't care. That's the air opening the door. Yeah, that's a pretty loud car outside. You know what? Maybe I will close the window because that's a little bit too much for my taste as well. All right. Better. Scooter says JFC, lol. What's JFC? It's probably well, anyway. Yeah, much better, much more quiet. Yeah, but I will start sweating now. Man, this just walking through this room, and my daughter is allowed to play here as much as she wants and do whatever she wants and go to the mixer and to the Kemper amp and to all the instruments and touch everything and switch every button but yeah, the downside of this is there's lots of stuff lying around here, lots of toys and like trousers and diapers. I mean, not dirty diapers, but new ones. But this whole floor here looks like a mess. But great that you can see it. That's good. Okay. Scooter says, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's more beat for you. It's one of the more but I looked out and that was actually a car by a plumber, like a big van, and he had this music blasting and windows down, and yeah, I mean, funny thing is, now we still have the Atmo from outside. Okay, I'll just mute this for now. Oh, why not? Have it on. Scooter says balance. Balance in a way that we can now balance the atmosphere. Or is the panning left, right? Oh, panning looks good. Okay, I mean, what we could also do, I can't let go of this track right now. I don't know why. Hey, Cal is here, writes, hey man, how's the track going? Well, I kind of decided to just leave it where it is for now, like the other track. Wait, if you don't know. This one, I decided just to leave it where it is for now and just revisit it in about like a week or so, maybe a little bit more, just because I feel like it needs some time to breathe, like a good dough. If you're making a bread, or some stuff like that, it just needs to rest a little bit, and same with music. Scoto writes, yeah, lol, plumbers with their windows down. I mean, they basically do this everywhere, I think. Yeah. Kel says, oh yeah, come back with fresh ears. Exactly. And instead I decided to go to this track here, which is also... yeah, which will start with some pentatonic swirls with hopefully more instruments than just the piano, which then eventually evolve into this pulse, and then we have this melody. And the bass drops down with each phrase. Bass drops down 1/5, and then 1/4, and then like to the fifth, and then to the root note again 1 octave lower. So, and that's the whole process here. Like it goes through this whole thing 3 times. So now it's on the 5th. Then we have some rhythmic stuff here going on, and then a different idea, which is not really that different enough to be a different idea, but it's and it's not close enough to be a variation of this. So we have a little problem here. I think it's probably the biggest problem of the track. Yeah, I don't know where this is going. There are lots of things I like here. Lots of things I like, and some stuff is this part in particular is pretty hard to do, hard to get right, I think. Now let's see what does our beautiful to-do list say. So here we get the middle part right. I think that's the first thing we need to do with this, because everything else is just polishing and like orchestrating and Instrumentalisierung, orchestration. So, and that's really just, step number 10. And right now we are at step number 2 here. So we have more piano improvisations we could work on. Yeah. But yeah, that's, I mean, honestly, getting a track to a place where this is right now here is already like the bulk of the work. That's like most of the work is done. The rest here, even getting this part to work, is still, yeah, it's a little bit tedious to do that, but it's not like there's nothing anymore, and we have to find structure, find melodies, find something. That work's done here. So this track, I would consider this to be like pretty far already. Yeah, and the piano improvisations, we really just have to push through a lot of stuff there. So let's recap. We have how many tracks do we have? Vienna is about 4 minutes long. Kel says, writes, can't remember if you've already answered this, but will you be releasing a full album 12 tracks plus again? I probably won't. Because I mean, I actually never did. I think I never did that. Let's see. The two releases Spotify classified as albums are these two, and this one had 9 tracks with a total length of 20 minutes, and this one here had 8 tracks with a total length of 25 minutes. And in a best case scenario, the next EP will be about that length here. So about 8 tracks, 20 to 25 minutes. That's what I'm aiming for. And right now, as it stands, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks that are somewhat developed. So here we have this Traveler, we have this No, you go there, please. Thank you. And we have this one here we're working on right now. Then we also have my string quartet. This is actually a beautiful track. The third movement, I really like that. We can look at that some other time, I think. Maybe tomorrow. I think. I mean, this track here is also something where the composition is done. The process was done like 3 years ago, and now it's really just about using that material and adjusting that to make sense within the ecosystem of this next EP. And that's pretty. It's not too much work, I think. Then, I mean, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks. Yeah, then there's not too much, we already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have like 3 more tracks to go, and yeah, so I would love to do a rework of this of Hummingbird. Wait, I'll show you that. Which is one of my, actually, this is probably my favorite release of mine so far. Let's see, on String Orchestra from 2020, it's this one here. And I'm planning to, that was just an improvisation on synthesizers. It's really just pure improvisation. These 2 minutes and 23 seconds have been written in 2 minutes and 23 seconds. And I like this a lot. Yeah, and I was thinking about recording that with a string ensemble. So yeah, and at that point, we maybe have enough. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks. That's enough for an EP, right? Although I would love to make an album out of this, because I don't know, I would like to have an album here. Don't know why. It's just some ego thing, maybe. It doesn't also I think economically it doesn't make sense. It makes more sense to release as much music as you can all the time. So obviously not compromising on quality, which is, yeah, it's easy to say, hard to do. But yeah. Cal says, did the orchestral one pick up any momentum yet? Well, with the orchestral one, you mean, I hope you mean this one, because it has this big string arrangement at the end. Well, 13,000 plays. Not really. Not really. I can. Well, what it did was, and that's something I like a lot, and I'm really proud of, is, let me show you the statistics on my Spotify for Artists. 9 people listening right now. Yeah, so my listeners are going down, as you can see, which is to be expected, to be honest. Like my I like to call this the honest monthly listeners. Is this number here, like 1,458 followers times 2 times 10. So like 30,000 monthly listeners maybe. That's if I would go below that, I feel like I would be undervalued in terms of monthly listeners. If I'm above of that, I'm basically just pushed by the Spotify editorial playlists. So yeah, but what this track actually achieved was, let me show you, where is it? Ostinato, was it got on a very particular playlist, this one here, Classical X. And that is a playlist I wanted to get on for such a long time now. Because it's basically this one, there were two main playlists when I was starting, I looked at and was thinking, well, I want to get on these two playlists because these are probably the most important ones I could get on. That was this year, Not Quite Classical, and Classical X. And that's from a just egotistical standpoint because I wanted to be on there. From an economic standpoint, other playlists would be much better, like these whole concentration playlists, this piano background smooth playlists, stuff like that, because you get much more plays through them. But I feel like these are way more tailored to a very small subset of an audience that is very close to what I want to do. And I feel like they are a very engaged bunch of people. I could just follow that playlist as well. Why don't I do that? Yeah. So that's what I feel like the main achievement of that track. Obviously, I mean, yeah, it got on classical new releases, which is always incredibly great because you get between like 8 to let me see. There was another track that also got on there. Where is it? No, music. Breakus. And that got onto that playlist as well. But I don't know. Okay, not in the last 28 days. Let's go since 2015. And this one got like 25,000. So it really differs how many plays a track gets when it's on this classical new release playlist. But yeah, that's okay. No, but honestly, the track, this Ostinato track is, well, it's okay. It's doing okay. Here, that's when it dropped off of the classical new releases playlist, and now it's getting like 400, 500 plays, 300 something plays a day, which is still not too bad. And it landed on like 113 playlists, of which one is this big one here. And I mean, these ones are also pretty big, to be honest. And I think one of the reasons why is because it was pretty successful on Submit Hub. It was really successful there. I guess it was one of my most successful tracks on Submit Hub, I think. By the way, if you're a musician and you're interested what Submit Hub is, wait. All right. Submissions. Oh no! Ah, no, it's playing something I'm not allowed to play. God, I will get a copyright strike. I feel it. Copyright strike incoming. I can feel it. Carl says, so 8 is the sweet spot for you. Oh well, I think it's a good number for an album. It's not too long. Like if you make it too long, you will have to work like 2 years on this, and I just I'm an instant gratification monkey, you know. I need more gratification quick. So 8 is, I think, a good place for me because it's still an album, but yeah, it's not like a full LP. Kara says, I was thinking of some of the demos you made like 10 years ago. Such a guitar track you could sample bits you like and incorporate into your new stuff. Yeah, I could do that, but why not just write new stuff? Like, and I mean, I'm still thinking of that. It's a good track, I think. But yeah, I mean, I wrote so much music and just threw it away over the years that it's really just, I don't know. Maybe it's more effort you have to spend on reviving that stuff and I feel like the this image of having music that is well, let me just play that here. Of having music that is like making music is like you have this metal and it comes out of this oven and it's really hot and you can just, it's molten and it's really flexible. And the longer you work on it, the longer you leave it there, the harder it gets and the more energy you have to spend to reactivate this state where you can mold it into something. So I would like to, instead of just taking stuff that it would, to put, well, I'm not very good with words, as you can see, but it would be too much energy, I think, for me to reactivate that and put it into something else, rather than just reinventing something or creating something new. All right. Cal says, oh, sorry, I meant the album you recorded with orchestra. Oh, yeah, that album I recorded with an orchestra and I spent 2 years on making really doesn't do anything. It's really just sitting there for like 3 years now and not doing anything. That was probably the most expensive by far, the most expensive, both in time I spent on this and in money spent on orchestral recordings, which, by the way, I did not spend. The university spent it. Thank you. Yeah, but it's not really doing anything at all. I think it's because it's really tailored to such a small subset of people that it just doesn't really work on these platforms. Hey, Colonel Porridge. Hello. Haven't you been here as well? I think I remember your name. Not sure though. If you're not, hello and welcome to this beautiful live stream. Yeah, we're a very small and international community of music makers. So yeah, and he writes, I have a question. Your live stream to YouTube. What level do you use from your DAW and streaming software? Minus 23 LUFS or minus 14? Or does it matter? Apologies for interrupting. Seriously, Colonel, you don't have to apologize at all for anything here. Except for... No, you don't have to apologize for anything. If you're doing crazy batshit stuff, YouTube will censor your comments anyway. So you can do whatever you like. Don't have to be sorry. So for... I can show you OBS here right now. So what I have no idea, honestly. I'm just trying to keep my voice here in this yellow range, and everything else like somewhere within this yellow range. That's fine as long as it's there. I think it's okay. It can even go higher, like it would clip at 0. So this is why this is red here. You can also put a limiter on there, but really it's the more difficult stuff is to set up this whole thing that it kind of works, because I also use a different interface here. Wait, I can actually, you know what? I can show you. No, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah, that's it. So this is the routing here of the studio, and this is like the mixer. And I just, I studied sound engineering, so that's kind of my hobby. I'm doing these here. So you basically have everything from the mixer here. All the instruments go into this Tascam mixer. Then you have some effect channels that are just in there. With the effect board and the camper that's with the effect board, and some piano effects that all go into the mixer. All of that goes out into the Apollo Twin, which is basically just it doesn't do anything here with Windows, but the line out of that Apollo Twin goes into the Scarlett, some old interface I still have, and I use that as an external like as the interface for streaming. The reason I'm doing that is that it's incredibly complicated to get this working with just software. So I'm really just using this. Whoa! What happened here? Oh my god! We have to celebrate this. Colonel Porridge is a new subscriber. Thank you, Colonel, and welcome. Welcome. I hope you're really getting some value out of these streams. Thank you for subscribing. Seriously. Yeah, but wait, where was it? No, it's gone. No, it's gone. There it is. All right. Yeah, I'm using a separate audio interface. That is. So and the audio interface goes via USB to the computer and then into OBS. And I'm just using this audio interface for OBS, for nothing else. Yeah, and that's it. That's it, really. Sometimes I use this Apollo Twin X for Ableton. The reason why I'm having this here is because the Windows drivers from a UAD are really bad. They have really bad Windows drivers. So I'm just using this Apollo Twin as some kind of amplifier to get the music out on the speakers. And because it has this nice knob, you can really control how loud it is and how quiet, and that's it. That's all it does, really. My main interface is this Tascam Model 16, which is a great device. I really like it. I would love for it to have more aux sends, because obviously I can just have a mono output here. Well, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's really good. Yeah. So if you like, just stop the video here and look at that. I think I can't make it any bigger. I can't scroll in, but I think I'm streaming in 180p. So, well, there's that. All right. Okay. Kara says, hope you don't get a strike. You were talking over it, so might get away with it. Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Toy, toy, toy. Cal says, well, that metal analogy was great. Yeah, I think it it works, right? It works in a way. Maciej Sadowski writes, I love Orchesterverfremdung. I am one of the few... I know, Maciej. I am one of these few people who discovered your music by this album. Yeah. Thank you, Maciej. I really appreciate that, because that was one of the... There really went... A lot of effort went into the making of this Orchesterverfremdung. And a lot of stuff that is, I think, pretty... I mean, the end result may not be as innovative as I think it should have been, but this idea of, this thing was made by writing a sketch of a score with like all the instruments of the orchestra, then breaking that score up into little samples. Then I recorded these small samples with an orchestra, conducting like 2 days working with that orchestra, which was exhausting. Then, recording with 5 or 6 other musicians in the studio, again, really exhausting stuff. And doing more improvisation stuff with them. It was a lot of work, and then putting all of this together, mixing that, was a hell of a process. Yeah, and then that was one of my most frustrating experiences to then release this, and nothing happened. Like it got... Now it's getting a little bit more plays, so all of these tracks are above 1,000, but usually, like back then, they got like 6 plays, 8 plays, then were maybe 20 if I posted something on social media. And that was it. And that was pretty frustrating for somebody who put that much energy and money and time into this. So, yeah. But you learn, you grow. Colonel Porridge writes, first time I'll sub. Thank you, Colonel. Really helps. By the way, if you would like to support me a little bit, just hit that like button. You wouldn't believe how much that actually helps to push this channel out to maybe some other people who might enjoy this. Kel says, welcome at Colonel Porridge. Yeah. Colonel writes, brilliant, thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Man, what can we still do? I think, like, taking a step back and thinking about where the window is. Wait, where? Where is it? Now it's gone. Hey, where up? Yeah, there. All right. Okay. I'm just looking for the browser. All right. So, just taking a step back, and seeing we have this one track, which is like close to finished. Second track, which is also fine. Traveler, we need to work on this a little bit, I think. We have this one we're listening to right now, which is, we have to work on this also a little bit, but not as much as on the Traveler. Then we have the string quartet movement. Maybe we'll look at that some other time. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful of you people. Just saying hello to Colonel Porridge. Yeah, Maciej Sadowski says, hey, Colonel Porridge. Neoflash says, hi, Colonel Porridge. Welcome, my friend, to this beautiful community. Very small, but very beautiful community of music makers from all over the world. Yeah. So I think, honestly, I think we are closer to the end of this creating this EP than we think, at least than I think, because right now, if I look at that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks. I mean, and then if I look at that here, I mean that's 8, but like 2 tracks will. We still have lots of ideas we could work on, like 2 piano improvisations, 3 string improvisations. So I really think we don't need much more material. Then again, I mean, we don't have to use all the ideas, right? That's kind of, usually you have 100 ideas and you take the 8 best of them and throw away the rest. But Colonel Porridge posts a beautiful clap emoji. Yeah, you know what? I will do the same. I will dab. I'm way too old to do that, but I did it anyway. All right. Wait. So. All right. Now, one thing, like in the grand scheme of this EP, one thing I'm missing is a camera picture. Wait a second, that's, usually this happens after like 2 hours. The camera camera battery just dies, and then I have to put in a new one and restart the camera. And now we're back. Yeah, so hey, and by the way, I'm planning again, most of you might know, I'm planning on releasing this as an NFT as well when it's released, hopefully on the Cardano blockchain, because that's like 99.9% more energy efficient, eco-friendly, faster, just overall better than Ethereum. Yeah, I think like this track will be on there, will be on this EP in whatever shape or form. Traveler will be on there. Lullaby, yeah, I think that will be on there as well. And Vienna will be on there as well. These two, I think so, will be on there as well, but we're still... But then again, this Traveler thing could really develop into this big... building. Oh man, I'm really not good with words right now. It could really develop into this behemoth of a track, I think. If we just layer this, because it really has the potential to do that. This one is like we're listening to it right now, it's like a cute little thing. This one is more meditative, but also nice. This one is the same. So it's basically mostly the same thing. And we can look into these other 3 tracks and these 2 piano improvisations and see which. I think 2 more tracks would be good. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ideas, and then we're whoa. This feels like we're actually. Man, this so fast. I mean, this is, to be honest, this is the 24th live stream. Each one was about 2 hours, so we already spent like almost 50 hours working on this EP, which maybe isn't that much, to be honest. I don't know. Something we could do, like 50 hours times like a hourly rate would be. If somebody paid me to do that, I would get like $800. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so I think what will we do? What will we do now? I would love to look. I think that's what we'll do. We'll look into the other improvisations here, and then maybe have a better idea of which one of these may be something we could develop into a small track. So let's go to string loop 1. That was an improvisation from way back. Material, piano improv, and I'm actually playing the cello there. So wait, cancel. We need to save that as a new version, like version 2. All right. Now let's go to. No, not that. Material. Yeah, and this was something I recorded. I think this was the first thing I recorded for this EP because I listened to, I think it was Johan Johansson, and I want to do something like that. And again, this is different. All right. I mean, you have to imagine. I really can't play these instruments very well. I'm really bad at playing the violin, bad at playing the cello. Yeah, I don't really see that. Okay, let's go to string loop number 2. Save. No. Okay. Well, the beginning is okay. Well, it's not too bad. And again, this is like, I would never release something like that. This would have to be recorded with professional players. This is really just a very, very bad mock-up of what it could be. So, and having this in mind, yeah. Yeah, this is better. Still not something I think. That's. I mean, as some kind of interlude, middle piece between two better pieces. This might work. Okay, and string loop number 3. that's better. Hey, maybe we could... Well, what the most... The quality of this is, I think, this pad in the background. And this idea of having these all these moving parts. And then this here is okay. I mean, again, that's me playing the cello. But hey, for somebody who learned to play the cello on YouTube, I literally never had anybody teach me except for people on YouTube, watching YouTube tutorials on how to play the cello. And for that, I think it's okay. For that, I think it's okay. It's still annoying that, you know, so you see videos of 7-year-old children just playing so much better than you. But you know, that's what happens when you start playing the cello with like 25. All right. Yeah, and this is like a little bit, yeah. And then I thought maybe we could combine this idea before with this. That's maybe a oops, that's too loud. Yeah, that's so maybe. I think these are all three loops. So I think this we won't do that. Let's do another one. Maybe combine string loop 3 with string loop 2 ? But it's not a strong idea. I think it's okay. Yeah. Okay, and then we have the other two piano improvisations. So material. Best of piano. All right. Save that. Nope. No. All right. There are two ideas here, which I think we're still... Yeah, this one. It's pretty quiet. All right. Yeah, that's. I would like to call this my emergency room telenovela soundtrack. Like some drama's going on. And I'm not too fond of this beginning. This is a little bit more interesting, you know. That's where it becomes interesting. And we could use something like that, you know, some beat, whatever. Again, this is really just a placeholder, right? When I have an idea, I'm just recording it here, tapping on my desk. This will obviously, if we do that, there will be a proper production of like some drums or some percussion, something. We'll produce this properly. I like this as well, I think. already. The piano is still pretty detuned there. That's why I had it tuned the other day. Hey, and Colonel Porridge, if you're still there, what do you also make music? Like, what type of music do you make? Yeah, I like this one here. So this is probably, we could make a track out of this, I think. And this could grow. This could pretty much, I can see this growing to this. Yeah, really build up over 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes with some down and then up again. We have this. This potential of using some polyrhythmic elements. It sounds so, yeah, but I think that's, we have 2 potential tracks here waiting. I remember this was also pretty good, this one here. Man, I don't know why I'm writing music that is so sacral. Like, I'm really not a religious person. Like, I'm more of a, like, what do you call this? Not atheist, but you know, if you think because of our limitation of perceiving the world, a concept like a god or something metaphysical is pretty much existent because we're not able to not see it. Or not able to, you know what I mean. Don't know the word. Anyway, but I always write stuff like that's very somber and solemn and has this religious choir. I guess that, one of the main musical experiences that shaped my, that left a mark on why I like music was my grandparents were very religious and still are probably. Like, my grandmother is still there, and they used to sing in church and sing these like old church music tracks pieces. And I remember sitting there in church, and that was actually the only thing I really liked about church, and that was listening to the people make music there, and that was always something like that, like more of this, and I can't escape it. It's also okay. I mean, that's our okay, that's for the other track. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this. I think this one he was. No idea why I did that. Yeah, I think the pad and the electronics there are interesting. The rest is like meh. So I think we have 3 ideas here left. It's more than I thought. But they are, in a way, they are all kind of related, so... I like that one, with this emergency room intro. That's okay. Then we have this. I really like this. Yeah, I like this. I think this is the strongest one. Probably. And I mean, I guess most of them are in C minor anyway. Tempo is similar. This one is different, but maybe we can even combine some of these. I like that. I like that one here as well. Yeah, I like this. I like this. All right, I think these are 3 ideas. Man, what do we do? I mean, this is also okay. This is the strongest one. Yeah, okay. I think on the next live stream we will either look at this track here and try to do something with that. Or one of the other ones. I think this one here, if we do anything with that, it will be a pretty short track, just like a very short choral. And maybe some old Bach tunes or some Kanzonalsätze, German word, Kanzonalsätze, like very old. All these English words. Wait, Satztechnik, Musik, English. Man. Oh, that's also nice. Oh, that's also nice. Why didn't I mark this? Man, we have too many. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, that's good. Maybe this is the middle part of that. All right. Yeah, maybe that's a new middle part. Okay, I see. We have lots of stuff. Yeah, that to me it sounds like some kind of 15th century recital. I don't know all the correct terms in English right now. I would say like a Kanzonalsatz, a very old way of writing music. And this is just interesting. It reminds me a little bit of Radiohead's spinning plates, like harmonically. Slows like spinning plates. So it's a little bit like that. But then again, if you listen to some Beatles tracks, you think, well, Radiohead stole that one-to-one, like exactly the same chord progression. So that's fine, you know. Like stealing a little bit is okay, and that's not like it's really 100% stolen, right? It's just there's an idea of Radiohead in there. That's okay. All right, so. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Man, there's maybe even 4 ideas here. All right. So, okay. So we have maybe one idea here with the strings and maybe 4 ideas with the piano, which would be a little bit too much, I think. One thing we could do as well is we'll just release like an intermediate single between now and the release of the album. Maybe we'll see. Okay, but we're at 3 hours already. I need to do some other stuff as well, which will mostly be preparing the release of a music video and some taxes. No, taxes. Well, I think I'm almost done with that. Yeah, I need to eat something. Thank you everybody for being here. Let me just have some nice music in the background right now. You know what? I'll just have this play. Thank you everybody for being here, especially our latest subscriber, Colonel Porridge. There you are. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. Neo Flash writes, have a great one. Stay healthy. Yeah, you too, Neo. But things are looking up, right? At least here in Berlin. It's looking better in Germany. All right, thank you, Neo Flash, for being here today. Thank you, Colonel Bridge, for being here and for subscribing as well. That's great. Maciej Sadowski was here. As always, a pleasure. Yeah, I will call you. Like right when the stream's over, I will give you a call. Neo Flash, yeah, already said that. Cal was here. And Skoto, also a new member. And I think I'm just losing my mind was here as well. Just really quick, probably busy working on stuff. Mr. Nanaus was here. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you everybody. I really appreciate your being part of this journey, and I think we're going some places. Like if I look at my streaming numbers with each release, it made a big jump. Not sure if it will do that the next time as well, but I think this one is going to be good. Thank you for being part of this, and yeah, have a nice day, have a nice Thursday, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow 10 a.m. Central European Time, I will be streaming again. I have no idea what we'll do then, but until then, stay safe and see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.